All right, good evening everyone. My name is Peter Silverman and this is Max Robbins. We're here today to tell you about an innovative way to build student careers that has already changed the job hunt process for students all across New England. It may very well be the future of embarking careers out of school. And speaking of the future, the picture behind me shows about 300 students. That's how many people we found jobs and paid internships in our first 180-day pilot. Let me introduce you to Majorwise. We launched an innovative platform to connect local businesses with students for paid projects, internships, and jobs. With our pilot program, we had over 200 businesses in our platform. And this wasn't a free trial. This was 200 businesses who were paying customers for our services. But more importantly, this gave students an opportunity to find different opportunities to find internships and jobs within their local community. Our pilot program, as I said, we had 200 companies sign up, we had over 300 jobs posted and filled. We had over 2,000 active job seekers at any time, and our user base was a full 10,000 students. So we realized we had something pretty significant here. Not only was our idea working really well, but the platform we built was also a great asset. And here's where we got the idea to scale our business further. We made a really strong impact in Chittenden County by going to these local businesses, going to networking events, talking to people, and realizing that they have opportunities too, and they need us to become more transparent. But to run this, we had to have someone networking, and we had to have some maintenance, and then we realized that if people realize the value in our system, and we've been pretty valuable, we found a lot of jobs, we realized we could sell the system as a whole. And we did, and we had two major clients. The first being the University of Massachusetts State Fitchburg bought a copy, as well as the entire state of Vermont. So the platform was so valuable in their ecosystem that they saw that it was fit to actually purchase and internalize within their legacy. Now, when addressing the new market, we have found that there's two really dominant market forces in selling our software. The first market force is that every high school nowadays requires volunteering or an internship in order to graduate. This is a huge industry trend. In Vermont, it's actually required. And the second is the push for experiential learning in schools. In addressing these forces, we reached out to several high schools on a whim, and Clark School in Danvers, Massachusetts signed on within the first week. From that, we realized that this idea really resonated, and going into this market, we realized that we have a very effective strategy and a lot of experience.
Our first focus was experiential learning. Experiential learning is the process of creating knowledge and skills through experience. This has started to be a big trend in schools all across the country getting added into curriculums. For example, in Vermont, every school is now required to make personalized learning plans for students to help students create and manage their career goals. Majorwise houses a network of internships, volunteering opportunities, and job shadowing, making it very easy for students to be able to apply to these, participate in them, and makes experience building easy. Our second focus is engaging local employers. Our local approach means that any student, regardless of background or personal connections, is able to use our website to explore different career paths. From this, with this local approach, this means that we are automating outreach to local employers. This means that Majorwise is finding more opportunities for and expanding the reach of a high school's internship program to much more than they could do on their own, and this means a lot more local opportunities for students. Our solution was a web platform to connect employers with high school students for internships, volunteering, and job shadowing. Our biggest competitor in the high school market is X2Vol, but we offer significantly more value than them. X2Vol's main function is tracking student volunteering hours. We have this exact same functionality, but that is not the core of our business. Our core is connecting students with a network of opportunities, making it easier for them to build experiences. Our target market is the 35,000 public and private high schools throughout the United States. About 18,000 of these offer some sort of internship program, and we believe that in the next 5 years we'll be able to secure 2,700 of these high schools. We sell our software using a subscription service, so we charge the average high school $5,000 per year for access to our platform. it costs about $1,000 to set up a high school between setting up the platform and building out the opportunity database. And our main costs come from paying our sales and development team. We are on track for in the next 5 years to become a $13.5 million business by securing 2,700 high schools.
So since we won Road Pitch Essex back in August, we've had 3 major breakthroughs. The first is that we've doubled our sales. We've gone from 5 paying client high schools to 10. We've also released version 1 of our software, so our product is finished in version 1, and we've launched it in 3 different states, including Vermont, New York, and Massachusetts. Our team consists of 8 people. We have 2 co-founders, 3 on our sales team, and 3 on our dev team. We also have 6 advisors with different backgrounds in fields ranging from finance, sales, and marketing side of the business, and towards technology, data, and software. In terms of awards, we won over $100,000 of cash and services from competitions like LaunchBT Collegiate, UVM Business Pitch, Road Pitch Essex, and many more. In terms of press, we've been covered nationally by the New York Times and NBC, and we've been plastered everywhere in Vermont from VPRs and Burlington Free Press. In terms of our sales pipeline, we were doing sales with people who have never done sales before, with no training, and are working alongside college. Among this, though, we filled a CRM with thousands of different schools. We've had intro conversations with hundreds of them, and we've already closed 10, which is amazing because the average buy cycle in this industry is about 18 months. We are raising money right now. We think that we've proven that as we graduate college, we're definitely ready to take this venture on. We've already hit major revenue goals, and we're almost cash flow positive coming into the new year. As I said, we're raising $150,000 for 18 months of runway, and our hope for this is to get 200 more schools on in the next coming months. So to recap, we have a model that is proven, we have a team that's performing amazingly, and we have a product that's built. With your help, you will help us grow a scalable software company out of Vermont. You will help businesses grow, students out of high school find opportunities, all of which drives the Vermont economy by bringing more people towards our great state. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Thank you.
No, I think we have all the mics we need. Now, Sakib. Yep.
Good afternoon, guys, or good evening, guys. I'm over here. You did a great job last time, you did a great job this time. I don't remember all the details of your product, but you talked about selling to all these schools. Part of the value in what you have is the connection with the companies and the jobs and the internships. Who's selling that?
Yeah, I can take that. So I've taken an effort to accumulate all of the list of different sites that aggregate things. So much like how Indeed started, there's an aggregator for things like Idealist, things like Volunteer Odyssey, Volunteer Compass, and it will gather all the volunteering opportunities. And in addition, because we don't want to rely on other streams of content to actually maintain our business, I've started digital marketing streams that brand us as, or Majorwise, we connect local businesses with high schools for volunteering and internships, and we've set up streams to start getting business to post through us directly.
Bob?
So your first customer was Danvers. Just curious, are either of you from Danvers?
I did go to that high school. You got me.
I would say very enterprising, so good. But have they had the platform in use long enough to give you feedback on how it's working for them and for their students and for the companies and organizations in their community?
Yeah, so we're at the very start of that process. We just launched in South Burlington High School this week, actually. That was Monday. And then we launched in New York at Harlem Village Academies, and that was Wednesday.
Yeah, we have now like the first initial students on the platform, and we're starting to get great feedback from them. We're just hitting that like, oh wow, we're getting the first students on, time to like fix whatever random bugs are coming up. But yeah, we're launching at a lot more schools coming up pretty soon. So we have a list of like 8 other schools that we're setting up still.
Dave?
Nice job, gentlemen. Did a great job first time, absolutely. The 5K cost to the school, right? That's a big chunk for them. How does that compare to what they're paying now? If it's your competition, What gets them over the hump to buy that?
Yeah, so we have to do a lot of work around the budgeting of high schools, because a lot of the times the software budget, which isn't really a thing in high school, it's software budget, it's really just like, what money do we have left over that we need to spend so we don't lose the budget? And that's actually a huge marketing campaign of our competitor X2 Ball. I think their landing page is actually like, got budget left, X2 Ball.
But in terms of what we've been doing a lot is because about right now, schools are like forming their budget for the next year. So for a lot of schools we're working with, we're getting into their budgets now for when their budget passes for the next year, we'll be into that. And we've been launching smaller programs with them initially. So maybe that 5K cost is what it would be that they'll be paying the next year and they're budgeting for, but we're doing like $1,000 demo with them for the year essentially. So it's a way to at least have them with the product initially on something they can afford, and then we can transition after that price.
Mark, did you want to go, or Gary? Gary, you're handing the mic to
Nice job, guys. Just a reaction more than anything else. So I sell software into K-12 in high schools. Yeah, that's one of the things that we sell into all across the country. And my thinking for you is that $5,000 is too little. You're leaving money on the table. And K-12 price based on per student. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at this. They're used to paying something per student, whether it's $1 a student or 75 cents a student or $3 a student. You want to think about your revenue because you might be underselling yourselves. You may be able to increase your profit on that end.
So right now, we just put 5,000, it's like a round number. We are charging $5 per student or per enrolled student at the school per year is what the model we've been working with. But I would love to talk with you more about selling to EdTech. That would be awesome.
Arrigo, did you have a question?
Just a comment. I enjoy your presentation. Anytime is even better, so congratulations. That's a great thing. I don't know if you are going to succeed with this business because you are in a very competitive space. It's not easy to succeed here. But what I see that you have passion and focus. So try again. Even if you fail this, try again because you will succeed one day.
Thank you. That was a good question.
Susan.
I agree, your enthusiasm is wonderful. Is there a minimum school size that you really need to target, or is any school an opportunity?
In terms of profitability, yeah, we need to target the ones that actually have a student body of usually around like a couple hundred for us to make it actually profitable. Clark School in Danvers actually has something like 50 students. So when like 20 of them use it, it's just like, oh snap, we're getting like $200. Like, which is great for traction, and we needed to build a case study and build a really strong reputation of being able to do this and do this well. And of course, when we're starting out, it's easier to do it with smaller numbers. But yeah, we do need to target schools with upwards of 400 students usually.
Julie, back there.
Are you targeting private schools as well as prep schools and the city schools, public schools?
Yes. Prep schools are generally, they have more money, but the people who go to them aren't generally well connected, so they see less value in the product. Although we've been in some good conversations with like Berkshire's and Phillips Andover and those guys. The ones that are actually like moving the fastest, and the reason we've been able to make some of these sales so fast, is charter schools. And because they operate like businesses, you really just have to like talk to the head guy, the headmaster dude, and then talk to the person, headmaster person, and then I'm PC. And then you talk to the person who would run the program, and then they go back up to the person, and then that's it. But if you do a public school, it's always just like, all right, principal, superintendent, teacher, person who runs it, other person who runs it, there's a third person, they all have a secretary, I'm back to the principal, and it's just like 12 meetings, so it's, yeah. Charter schools, then private, then public is the best.
One more question, it's gotta be quick. Dave.
No, I'm good. What's the end game? Where do you see this company in 10 years?
In 10 years, I want to change the whole idea of volunteering. I think if you want to volunteer at something like Big Brother, right? You're like, I want to give my time to a kid and I think I can help them out. it is always extremely reactive. They will say, okay, fill out this form, talk to this person, we'll think about it, we'll get back to you. And I don't really like that. I want it to be like a job post. I want it to be like, put it out there, let me apply to it, let me put myself out there, and let me be proactive about actually getting volunteering and internships done. Because right now it's the opposite.